Mkhaimar Sada, who is an associate professor of political science at the Al-Azhar University in Gaza. Thanks so much for speaking to us. So from what you've seen and heard of this plan, is there anything of value in it for the Palestinians?
Many thanks for having me in this program. Let me start by saying that this is a very sad day for the Palestinian. It's a very sad day for international law and for the UN Security Council resolutions, especially the last resolution, which was passed on December 2016, resolution number 2334, which recognized the Palestinian territories as occupied territories by Israel. What we already know from this plan has already been said by the Trump administration over the past 2 years. The Trump administration has already recognized Jerusalem as the capital of Israel, and the U.S. has also tried to redefine who are Palestinian refugees. And just a few months ago, U.S. Secretary of State, Mr. Pompeo, just said that Israeli settlement in the West Bank is legal and it's not in contradiction with international law. So what we are expecting today is the future of the West Bank, the final borders of the West Bank. We very much expect that the U.S. is going to allow Israel to annex the illegal Israeli settlement blocks in the West Bank, and also annex the Jordan Valley, which amount to more than 30% of the West Bank. To be honest with you, from what I have heard from Israeli media and other leaks, nothing is good for the Palestinians. This U.S. plan is depriving the Palestinian from their national right, from their basic human rights. The Trump administration is speaking about a Palestinian state with no borders, with no sovereignty, with no control over border crossings. I can't really find anything or a single thing that is good or positive for the Palestinian people.
What about, though, Trump's argument here is that he has provided the carrot, and that will be a very generous financial aid package that can help the Palestinians rebuild and reinvest in the territories, in the land that will remain post this peace deal if it's implemented. Does that give you any consolation here?
I doubt it that the Palestinian people are ready to swap their dignity, their national rights for a few $1 billion from the U.S. or other countries. We already have heard from the U.S. in the Bahrain workshop last June that there will be an incentive which amounts to around $50 billion in terms of investment for about 10 years, which most of that money will come from Arab countries, the Arab Gulf countries, and European countries, and the U.S. will only put a very small amount of that money. But at the end or in general, as I mentioned, the Palestinians are not ready to take money or to take billions of dollars for their dignity or for their national rights. Okay. The Palestinians have already, all the Palestinians have said no to this plan, and I doubt it if there is any single Palestinian who is ready to say yes or to accept this U.S. plan at this moment.
Right. The Palestinians may reject it in full, but the fear is that that won't matter, that the government of Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, in coordination with Donald Trump, will unilaterally try to enforce this plan, as they've done, for example, in recognizing Jerusalem as the capital of Israel. So let me ask if you hold out any hope for the prospect of perhaps a new government in Israel, maybe under Benny Gantz, if the prosecution of Benjamin Netanyahu goes forward, and who knows, if he's either removed from office or eventually resigns because of the pressure of these corruption charges. Is there any hope among Palestinians there about the future of the Israeli government?
To be honest with you, the Palestinians do not really care much about who is going to be in government in Israel, whether it's Benjamin Netanyahu, who has been already indicted today in Israel on charges of corruption, misuse of power, and bribery, or the leader of the opposition, Benny Gantz, who is the head of the blue and white political party. We were, to be honest with you, we were astonished to hear from Benny Gantz just a few days ago that this is a great plan, and he is already endorsing this U.S. plan. And as you very much know that Benny Gantz has already met with U.S. President Donald Trump yesterday. So it's not going to make a big difference whether it's Benjamin Netanyahu or Benny Gantz in government, as both of them have endorsed this plan and both of them are ready to start implementing this plan whenever it's presented to the Israelis or in the region.
Okay, Mkhaimar Sada, thank you so much for joining us there from Gaza. We appreciate it very much.